Oh my gosh, look at this side of it. So you can see a window there. So how do you get in it?
We can get into the building through this hole.
Wait.
In the mid-2000s, the History Channel grew in popularity with its captivating car-themed shows. The series entertained and drew in a diverse and enthusiastic audience. Seeking to broaden its appeal further, the network unveiled American Pickers in January 2010, a groundbreaking show that entertained and educated viewers about the hidden treasures within seemingly ordinary items. Wolfe and Frank Fritz spearheaded the show, and it focused on them as they traveled around the country buying antiques and selling them for a profit. At the heart of the business operations, Danielle Colby played a managerial role that fueled the success of the shop's antique hunting escapades. She brought some much-needed depth to the show, showcasing the fascinating world of antiques and the business acumen required to navigate it successfully. However, changing the recent casting have changed the show's dynamics, affecting Danielle's place in the series. Join us as we roll back the curtains on the life of Danielle Colby after American Pickers.
All I can say is Frank and I are 4 hours ahead of you guys. Early bird gets the worm, man.
The second mouse gets the cheese.
Okay. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Danielle was born in Davenport, Iowa on the 3rd of December 1975. She was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, but grew up in a relatively poor home. However, despite the constraints of her background, she was curious about how the world worked. She was open to learning new things and has engaged in several fields where she's been successful. Danielle has managed to keep some details of her past in the dark. Details about her childhood and where she was schooled have been kept from the public eye. However, Danielle owned and participated in a female roller derby team called the Big Mouth Mickeys when she was young. She ran this team for 3 years until she had to give it up due to injuries. While she lived with her family in Chicago, Danielle attended a burlesque performance that starred Margaret Cho and dancer Sayan's Angel. This show inspired Danielle's career as a burlesque dancer. When she moved back to Iowa from Chicago, she formed a professional burlesque troupe called Burlesque de Mustache. The troupe was made of 9 performers, including herself, and she eventually established her burlesque academy called Danny Diesel. For Danielle, embracing burlesque meant confronting these stereotypes and controversies head-on. Her journey was marked by criticism, with negative comments overshadowing the positive aspects of her artistic expression. Undeterred, Danielle fearlessly shared her opinions on non-mainstream social media platforms, even facing calls to remove her post. Danielle has expressed that she finds burlesque empowering. It's so important to her that she developed her own style of dancing on stage. Danielle's love for burlesque led her to open a boutique called 4 Miles to Memphis in 2011. The boutique sold vintage clothing and accessories. In 2016, she took part in a documentary on dancer Tempest Storm, showcasing her love for burlesque history on full display. Despite the challenges, Danielle continued to navigate life on her own terms. When American Pickers hit the airwaves, a longtime friend, Wolfe, reached out to her. Their friendship, which predates the show's inception, spans over a decade. Knowing Danielle's unique skills and personality, Mike invited her to join the team when the show transitioned to the History Channel. In a surprising turn of events, Danielle found herself at the heart of the action, working in the office of the antique shop Antique Archaeology. Her role defied stereotypes and showcased the diverse talents and experiences that make each individual unique. As the show unfolded, viewers witnessed not just the captivating world of antiques, but also the strength and resilience of a woman who refused to be defined by preconceived notions, proving that empowerment comes in many forms, even in the unlikeliest of places. While Frank Fritz and Wolfe were out hunting for antiques, Danielle was in charge of the business within the show. She ran the whole operation. Luckily for the trio of Mike, Frank, and Danielle, American Pickers picked up in no time. The show became a fixture on the small screen, and the History Channel kept renewing it for one season after the other. The show has done at least 25 seasons and more than 350 episodes. However, the show hit a snag when Frank Fritz was fired. When season 21 came along, the fans couldn't help but notice Frank Fritz's absence. There wasn't any explanation of an official statement from the History Channel, and things went on as usual in Frank's absence. At first, the fans were satisfied with the explanation that Frank was dealing with back surgery, but it wasn't long before it came to light that there was some bad bad blood between Mike and Frank. When quizzed about his absence, Frank stated that he had no plans of leaving the series, but shortly after he made that statement, he was officially fired, and Mike confirmed it on social media. Without Frank Fritz, the show's viewership began dipping, and people began asking Danielle if she had anything to say about the supposed feud between Mike and Frank. Danielle came to clear the air on Instagram, and she didn't explicitly point fingers or talk about what actually happened between Mike and Frank. In a post, Danielle Colby set the record straight, affirming her unwavering support for Mike Wolfe, whom she still considers a friend and a big brother figure. This public declaration seemed to be a direct response to claims made by Frank regarding Mike's alleged lack of support during Frank's exit from the show. Danielle expressed gratitude towards Mike for his advocacy, seemingly attempting to refute any doubts about Mike's stance on the matter. Dispelling rumors that Mike orchestrated Frank's termination to make room for his brother, Danielle urged readers to take such speculations with a grain of salt, emphasizing the need for caution in accepting unverified information. Amidst the tumult, Danielle took a moment to commend Mike for handling the past 12 years and conveyed her anticipation for many more years of collaboration, expressing genuine sadness over Frank's departure from the show and acknowledging his personal struggles. Danielle asserted her decision not to speak ill of someone in need of help. Instead, she pledged to offer uplifting comments and support, underscoring her compassionate approach to the situation. The post concluded with Danielle addressing the fan speculation surrounding her words, clarifying that she intended to provide context and prevent misinterpretation. She wished everyone well and encouraged self-love, even in the face of challenging times, bringing a compassionate and understanding tone to a complex and sensitive situation. Despite Danielle's diplomatic way of addressing the situation, she still deals with the fallout from Frank's exit. Since then, Robbie Wolfe, Mike's brother, has replaced Frank, but the show struggles to bring in consistent numbers. Frank suffered from health challenges while he was on the show, and the issues intensified after he was fired. However, he wouldn't be the only cast member of the show who suffered from health issues. Late in 2022, Danielle made a lengthy post on Instagram saying that she was expecting surgery. Shortly after the post went up, she revealed that she had undergone a hysterectomy, which brought about a myriad of health setbacks. It took a while before she could return to doing what she loved, including teaching burlesque dancing. Having successfully navigated the challenges she faced, Danielle Colby is firmly back on her feet, and contrary to any speculations, she has no intention of parting ways with American Pickers or ceasing her collaboration with Mike Wolfe. She made a notable return in the 25th season of the show, showcasing her enduring commitment to the world of antiques and the adventures that come with it. We can look forward to more exciting episodes featuring Danielle as she joins forces with the Wolfe brothers for their upcoming adventures in 2024. Her continued involvement reaffirms her dedication to the show and promises viewers more of the unique dynamics and camaraderie that have made American Pickers a beloved and enduring series. As the journey continues, Danielle's presence adds a touch of authenticity and strength to the show, proving that she remains an integral part of the American Pickers family. Now that American Pickers no longer pulls in the ratings it does, Danielle's fans are clamoring for her to have her own show. Fans have mentioned that they would love to see her passion for antique archaeology in her own personal show on the small screen. It's not entirely a bad idea. Danielle is a big advocate for the burlesque community. On her Instagram bio, she already mentioned something that looks to be the perfect title for a History of Burlesque show on the History Channel. Danielle has no plans to leave American Pickers for her show yet. When she's not teaching burlesque dancing or appearing on the show, she collaborates with an organization called Banks of Hope. The organization works to rescue animals in Puerto Rico. Aside from working with Banks of Hope, she also helped Puerto Rico residents who survived Hurricane Irma.